welcome to today's On This Day in Tudor History. I'm Claire Ridgway. I'm the founder of the Tudor Society and also the Anne Boleyn Files website, and also author of several history books. Now, on this day in Tudor history, the 6th of March 1492, scholar and humanist Juan Vives was born in Valencia in Spain. Now, you might wonder what a Spanish scholar has to do with the Tudors. Well, quite a lot actually. Juan Vives was a friend and advisor of Queen Catherine of Aragon, who of course was Spanish. She was the daughter of the Catholic monarchs Ferdinand II of Aragon and Isabella I of Castile. Catherine was also the first wife of King Henry VIII, and she commissioned Juan Vives to write a curriculum of study for her daughter, who was 7 at the time, the future Queen Mary I. So she commissioned him to write this curriculum of study for Mary in 1523. She wanted, her daughter to have the very best education. Now, Mary's biographer, Anna Whitelock, explains that as well as setting out the rules for the proper pronunciation of Greek and Latin, and also emphasising the importance of learning things by rote, learning things by heart, that Vives recommended certain books, and that the books that he recommended were oriented towards governance, perhaps reflecting Vives's tacit acknowledgement that Mary was destined to rule. Now, the recommended reading in his treatise and his plan of study for the young Princess Mary included, of course, the Bible, but also Plato, Cicero, Seneca, Plutarch, also Erasmus and Thomas More's Utopia, and stories which Anna Whitelock describes as focusing heavily on the deeds of self-sacrificing women, women such as Lucretia and Griselda. Now, the young Mary was a very intelligent child. We often sort of ignore this side of Mary. She's more known for being the Bloody Mary who persecuted Protestants. And we quite often think of Elizabeth as being precocious and intelligent in her early life. But Mary was very intelligent too. Whitelock writes of how Mary was able to write a letter in Latin by the age of 9, and that when she was 12, she translated the prayer of St. Thomas Aquinas. Henry Parker, Lord Morley, in a dedication to Mary, wrote, "I do well remember that scant were ye come to 12 years of age, that ye were so ripe in the Latin tongue, that rare doth happen to the woman's sex, that your grace could not only perfectly read, write, and construe Latin, but furthermore translate any hard thing of the Latin into our English tongue." Now, Mary, as well as being very good with Latin, was also an accomplished musician. She loved hearing music as well. But by the age of 4, she played the virginals very well, and she went on to be a very good lute player as well. But as well as that, there's this kind of fun side of Mary. Historian Linda Porter, in her biography of Mary, writes that Mary kind of strayed from Juan Vives's ideal of a good Christian woman and how, the princess should act, with her passion for gambling. She loved playing cards and playing dice as well from a young age. And I love Linda Porter's description of Mary as someone who preferred a wager to the embroidery needle. Now, that's a side of Mary that we don't often see, in fiction and on the TV and documentaries, this fun-loving side of her, a young woman who loved to gamble. So I love that. Preferred a wager to the embroidery needle. But back to Vives, because of course we're sort of really talking about him today. As well as advising on the young princess's education, Vives also lectured in philosophy at Corpus Christi College, Oxford University, and he also produced a number of educational, religious and philosophical works. He died at Bruges on the 6th of May 1540, and he was buried at the Saint Donation Church. Now, his pupil, the girl whose education he advised on, would of course become Queen Mary I, the first crowned Queen Regnant of England. Mary became queen in July 1553, and she ruled until her death on the 17th of November 1558. So that's today's On This Day in Tudor History, the 6th of March 1492, the birth of Juan Luis Vives in Valencia, Spain. Now you can subscribe by hitting that button there to this channel. I do an On This Day in Tudor History video every day, and I'm also doing videos on Anne Boleyn and her family too. You can hit the bell to be notified of when these videos go live, but I do hope you're enjoying these videos. I'll be back tomorrow with some more Tudor trivia for you. Take care. Bye-bye.